We're getting almost 1,400 companies reporting this week with a lot of the S&P 500. But who has the best charts? Remember, those companies that beat every quarter doesn't necessarily mean they're going to beat again next quarter. But I like looking at the track record because it tells me something about the consistency of the company. And if they're able to keep it up this far, I feel like I have pretty good odds that they might continue to keep it up next time. So let's take a look at who has the best records this week. Our first company is one we all know, Kellogg. It has just that one miss in 2015, so it's been perfect ever since, but shares are down off those highs. I think some people are concerned about, who's going to be eating the Special K and some of their other products, but this is one to watch if you want to play the earnings miss or beat. Our next company is one of the restaurant brands that doesn't get as much attention as some of the bigger high-profile names, but Dunkin Brands has just 3 misses, with its last one being all the way back in 2015. Shares are touching on those new highs, and it looks like if they get some good news here, could see something else develop with Dunkin Brands, but this is one I'm going to be watching in the very competitive restaurant space. Then we're getting CBS. I'm pretty sure I talked about them last quarter because this chart is good. They only have the one miss in 2013, and otherwise those shares, again, I sound like a broken record, but they're breaking out to new highs. So if you're playing the earnings beat or miss and you want to be in this media area, this is definitely one to watch this week. Our fourth stock is actually a Trump trade stock, MasTec. MTZ is their ticker. You might not be as familiar with them because they're not as big of a company as some of the others in this, the reporting this week. But as you can see, they only just had the 2 misses. And then the shares have started taking off. They really took off there right after the election. That's that big jump up. But they did have a big beat last quarter, even without any infrastructure plan. Now, these guys do a lot of the big construction projects and a lot of the pipelines. So things have been pretty hot for them. One thing to watch is the backlog and kind of see what's happening with some new orders coming in, some new contracts. But this is one I'm definitely going to be watching for the infrastructure play and how hot the U.S. economy already is before any kind of plan is passed. So keep this one on your list. And then finally, the 5th stock, AMN Healthcare. I know I talked about them last time. They have this perfect record. I own these guys in my value investor portfolio, but they do healthcare staffing for nurses and doctors groups. So this area has been very hot because the baby boomers are retiring, and that's a lot of doctors and nurses who are suddenly retiring out of the workforce. We got to replace them, and then we have a big baby boomer generation that's going to need a lot of care as they age. So they've been reporting real solid earnings here, but I'm going to be watching this one. If you want kind of a smaller cap company to keep an eye on, this is it. Now, this is just a few of the companies that I managed to find this week that have some of the best track records. There's others. Out of 1,400, there's definitely going to be others. But if you want to keep track of some of the ones with the best charts, these are the ones to tune in on. And I'll be having more all this week and next week as earnings season continues. So be sure to tune in.